Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today, let's take a look at the new 2025 Ford Expedition. This is a Platinum Max. It's finished off in a star white metallic, and the MSRP is just shy of $87,000. We have a lot of new goodies for this latest model, and we will start off underneath the hood, where this is powered by the 3.5 liter EcoBoost high output V6. This twin turbo is paired to a 10-speed automatic, and it also pumps out 440 horsepower, 510 pound-feet of torque. This model also features the four-wheel drive system. It weighs in around 5,800 pounds. It'll do 0 to 60 in just over 5 seconds. And as far as fuel economy goes, you'll expect to see around 16 miles per gallon in the city and at 22 out on the highway. Now, as we work our way to the exterior styling, there have been a lot of revisions up front. You'll notice a new headlight design, which is nicely integrated as part of the grille here. There's lighting up top, and there's lighting in the entire lower surround, going from housing to housing. You'll notice the large Ford logo with a forward-facing camera and plenty of cutouts in that grille too. Expedition is also finished off in black up top, and then you'll notice more gloss black, parking sensors, inlets, and a lower air dam too. And then the hood lines are fairly similar, but it gives it that Ford truck vibe with the lines and angles. Now this also has a really nice set of gray wheels with the red brake calipers. You'll notice gloss black for the power folding side mirrors, which have a camera and a turn signal. There's also roof racks up top and a full moon roof too. And then being the Max, this is going to be much larger, of course, than the standard Expedition, but I think it has a great design, very nice lines running down the side too. And this model is also equipped with the power side steps. So those will deploy and of course fold back up when you close the doors. Now in back, we do have a new taillight design. There's also the spoiler, third brake light, wiper blade is tucked up underneath. You'll notice too the lighting within the tailgate, which is really neat to see. There's the backup camera, all the parking sensors, and then this can even tow right around 9,000 pounds. And it also features remote start. So let's start it up here. And then you can just double tap this button again to shut it off as needed. And here's what's new with the rear end. You can use the key fob or this button on the right side. It's going to open up the upper section of the liftgate. So now the Expedition has a tailgate too, where you can push this button and further lower that. You don't have to do that, but it makes it easier to load in items, or you can fold it up if you need to reach in a little farther. Because as you can tell with the Max, that's the third row. You have a ton of space in the back. You'll notice too, there's a 12 volt, you get another 3-prong outlet, you have some auxiliaries too, and there's even some hooks here, and you have dome lighting. You can turn these on with the upper liftgate and actually adjust them. So if you're back here at night, you have a lot of lighting. Now you also have the controls to fold up and down the seats. If I push on 3L, look at how much space you already have. Now when you put that seat down, you do have to have that second row out of the way, so we can easily do that by pushing on this button right here, and then we can fold this seat back from there. So I had that second row all the way back and reclined from the review I just made. And now we can look at all of that space. You have a lot in the back of this model, so really neat to see that. And you also get some hidden storage underneath the floor too. So you can place in some items there as needed. Now you don't have to close that independently. You can just push on one of the two buttons up top to either just close everything or locking the vehicle too. Now if you lock it, you can grab any door handle and unlock it. And you'll notice there's interior lighting, all of the leather, Bang & Olufsen for the sound system, and you have tons of storage in the lower section. Now with this second row folded, you can easily lock it back into place there, where you get the captain's chairs for this model. You do have manual adjustments to slide them forwards and backwards, as well as recline. You can walk through the middle to the third row, or just push on this button here and push that seat out of the way. And then I can easily hop into the back at 5'10". It's really comfortable. You can recline these seats. You have cup holders, lots of storage with auxiliaries, large windows too. You get vents up top. I could have two people next to me in the back and be very comfortable. This is a large SUV with a purpose, so you can have adults sitting in that third row, which is fantastic. And then second row, you have a lot of space. You can charge electronics, you have storage pockets, you have cup holders, along with all of your climate adjustments. These are heated captain's chairs too, and you get a 3-prong down below. You also get a very wide armrest too. just to make it that much more comfortable. And then up front, door panel is just like the rear. This also has that keypad that Ford is known to have. You have your window controls, side mirror adjustments, and then a lot of storage in that lower section. And then a great design for the front seats with that platinum badge. Now here's where we have a huge difference over the previous model. Take a look at the steering wheel and both screens. Very interesting steering wheel with its shape, but you have a very clean setup as far as the controls because they're not labeled. However, when you hover your finger on them, that's when you can look at the gauge cluster and see what the control is. So up and down is volume. You have tuning to the left and the right, voice commands in the lower section, and then you can get into adjustments in that upper section where you can go into your steering wheel. So now up and down is going to be up and down for the steering wheel. And you can get into your pedal adjustment, bring them closer or farther away. So very neat to see that. And then on the left side, you have your cruise control settings. So you may have a few other options just depending on the trim level, but you'll notice too within the screen, you also have a turn signal camera. So you can do that left and right, which I think is a great use of space for the larger size. And of course, for any blind spots, merging, things like that. Really nice technology features. Now on the left, you have the e-brake, along with being able to open up the upper liftgate or both at the same time. You have your four-wheel drive selectors along with the driving modes. So those will appear on the left side of that screen. You have several to go through depending on what you are doing for the day. You have a pretty large dash here and then a massive infotainment system. So you can get into your home screen where you have your split view. You can also get into a car, so you have your memory seating adjustments, you have your headlights, which are in the screen, your interior lighting, and zone lighting too. That will take all the exterior lighting on the vehicle and light them all up at the same time. You have different settings that you can go into just to configure this as needed. You also have a lot of apps that you can look at as well. And then the last one here is going to be for some more of these widgets, which you can pick and choose just depending on what you use the most. Now in the lower section, you do have adjustments to be able to get into the rear climates, so you can monitor them from up front. You also have shortcuts to your heated and ventilated seats, heated steering wheel. There's the temperature adjustments. You have the fan speed too, and a few other controls for that. Now just underneath that, you have the rotary dial for your gear selector. So you can pull up the camera system, or you can also get into several different angles on that right side, just depending on what you need to see. And then you have a few angles to go through for the camera system. You even have a trailering view too. So if you do have a trailer, you can get a little bit better visibility. Now you can also go all the way into drive and then pull that camera system up by pushing that button on the right side. And now we have camera angles for the front. So you can look at that and then pull up a few others as well. You also have the manual setting, so you can use plus and minus to shift there. You have volume, engine start stop, parallel parking, traction control, and a downhill assist. There's also more ambient lighting along with the trailer braking system. And then you have your Pro Trailer Backup Assistance along with wireless charging auxiliaries, some storage, which you can also hide away. And then you have cup holders on that side. Now you also have hidden storage underneath this console. So push on this button here and take a look at how much more storage space you now get. It does protrude into your passengers. However, now they have an easier way to grab their drinks there. And then from here, you also have a lot of storage space underneath the glove box or the armrest. Glove box also has a lot of space too. You get your rear view mirror up top along with dome lights, controls for the sunshade and sunroof, and then a sunglass holder too. And then look at how much glass this model has. It is very easy to see over both shoulders. So let's put it into the manual setting now, and we can shift using plus and minus here. Here we go from second gear. Not all that bad for the responsiveness of it, using the plus and minus there, but of course you would use those for towing situations, maybe some slower speeds, just if you need to hold a gear. So you're really not going to use those on a daily basis, but they are there if you need to use them. So here's what it's like to be behind the wheel for the new Expedition. You can get another look at the funky design for the steering wheel, but I think it's really good too. Hiding some of those controls, I've seen that done in Lexus models where you just hover it and see it on the screen there. Definitely keeps your eyes more focused ahead of you once you learn, where the pads are. Basically like a mouse on a computer, you just learn the trackpad of it basically, and you can look at everything while still keeping your eyes facing forward. I think that's a really cool design, so you don't have to stare down here and figure it out. And then in terms of its maneuverability again, let's see what we can do with this tight spot here. I think we'll have to back up, but even if you do have to back up, you have so many different camera angles to really help and aid you in maneuvering this vehicle. Seats are also very comfortable too. At 5'10", I have maybe 3 or 4 inches of headroom. We have a height adjustment for the seat too. So if you are taller than me, you could be a little bit taller than me and still fit comfortably in here. But a really nice position. You'll be comfortable no matter which of the 7 seats that you are riding in for the day. And I think Ford did a really good job. You have a lot of creature comforts for this model and a lot of different trim levels. You can go with a normal Expedition or the Max, and then several trim levels for both of those, depending on your budget and the tech features and everything you were looking to go with. But that is going to wrap it up for the latest generation Ford Expedition Platinum Max. Once again, huge shout out to Mooresville Ford for providing this for me today. Take a look at their website, give this video a huge thumbs up if you enjoy it, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.